How's it going, everyone? Today I've got a maintenance day of sorts, and we're also going to be discussing a future upgrade I'll be doing, and I'll talk about that here in a second, as well as finally cleaning my K&N air filter. So oddly enough, I'll start with that, I suppose. I found one of these K&N recharge kits, which comes with like cleaner, oil, everything you need to pretty much restore your K&N filter. That happened to be sitting in our garage. I think I remember purchasing this when I bought that broken BSR intake and was trying to restore the filter. I think I used this. So this air filter cleaner probably has like a third of the fluid left, and this oil is, I think, like completely full. So that's one thing we're going to be doing in today's video. That'll probably be the last thing. First off though, I'm going to be replacing my Icm3 with my Icm2. I'm actually recording this intro after I've already done that. So you guys will see content on that here in a second. And I'm actually going to be shipping this out to someone who does upgrades to these head units. He's going to be building me a nicer one with some extra features. I'm just going to leave it at that. I am so excited for it, but hopefully in the next month or so, I'll have this thing back. And we'll see what time permits. Because of the holidays, shipping is going to be crazy and probably more expensive, and everything's going to be delayed. So I don't know when I'll be getting this back, but when it does come back, there will be a full video detailing exactly what I'm having done to it and showing you guys how cool it's going to be. So we're going to be putting this Icm2 in here. I do have some footage on that I will show you guys. And also we're going to be doing an oil change, because this car is due for an oil change. It's been a little bit over 4,000 miles. I'm actually going to be going over to my parents' house to do that, because there's a special 32 millimeter socket you need to get the oil filter housing out, and I don't have that yet. In fact, the garage is still a complete disaster. Hopefully by the end of this weekend, I'm going to start going through this and getting it organized. I do have some shelving that I ordered for this wall as well. So I'm gonna do a whole video of putting the garage together. I've mentioned that before, but anyways, guys, with that being said, this is just kind of one of those videos. It's just a compilation of a bunch of little things I'm doing. Last time I did one of these, you guys seemed to enjoy it. So I'll go ahead, roll the footage of the Icm2 swap, and then we'll do the oil change. And lastly, we're gonna go ahead, get this K&N filter cleaned up, and hopefully get rid of P0101 permanently. It hasn't come back since that last video.
11 minutes later.
So I'm gonna start here with the ICM, just because I wanna let the car cool off a little bit. So again, I've also done a full video on this, so I'm not going to explain too much in detail here what I'm doing, but basically what we need to do is pop the air vent out first, and there are 6 little tabs along here that we need to push in that hold the air vent in. Can definitely be a little difficult to get this started. There you can kind of feel them come out. So now I'm just sliding it down here. Oh shoot, pulled that one out like an idiot. You just want to be careful, because it is very easy to break these tabs. And you would hate to break these. Now we have a couple T25s that hold it in the top here. I just dropped that way back in there. Oh my goodness. Wow, that's not good. I'll have to see if I have a spare one of these bolts that'll work as a replacement. Gotta be extra careful I don't drop this one, and it'll come out. Just kind of like wedged in there a little bit. And then you just got one clip holding it in. That's a little bit finicky to get off. I'm gonna have to see if I can find that other bolt. It's somewhere way down under here. I might have to pull this paneling off. So instead of doing that, I am instead going to see if I have a second one of these. So I looked for about 15 minutes. I couldn't find it. We also don't have another bolt to match. So what I'm going to do is, next time I go to the junkyard, just add it to my list, grab another one of these. But I think, especially considering this is only going to be in here for like a month or maybe a little bit more than that, just one bolt holding it in is fine. It's already kind of held in anyways, so I'm not really worried about it. So now we can go ahead and put our Icm2 in, do our nice little downgrade here temporarily. I'm scared I'm gonna lose this one too. It's like a bad thing happens once and you're just, you know it's gonna happen again. And now our air vent literally just slides back in. So there's the air vent back in. Hopefully it just works. My temperatures are in Fahrenheit and the radio seems to be working.
Season before we get into
so looks like we're all good. So this part of the job is done. Now let's do the oil change and move on with the rest of the video.
Where are you going? Going so fast tonight. Have you ever stopped beside the road to smell the rose of life? Take a breath now. Don't hold it in too long. 'Cause you might end up missing out on life's short little song. She's saying, ooh, you've got one life to live. She's singing, ooh, you've got one life to live. Don't let
There's a time lapse of sorts, a little short one on doing an oil change on these cars. It's a very, very simple process. The oil filter is just right down there. Oil drain plug, obviously very easy to get to on the bottom. It's maybe a 30-minute job at the most. And when you've done probably about 8 or 10 of them like I have now, it gets very, very easy. It takes 6.2 quarts, so I'm just kind of topping it off here. I've got 6 quarts in right now. I'm going to put a little bit more in, lower the car, check the fluid, and we'll be off to our next part of this video. So as soon as I pulled on the highway after leaving my parents' house after doing the oil change, check engine light came on. So let's see what this is all about. I doubt it's P0101. I think I know what it is. It's an O2 sensor code. Yeah, okay. So this is an O2 sensor related code. So I want to do a video on this now that it's come back again. But for now, I'm just going to clear it. It's a code that I get, I don't know, maybe once every couple months. So yeah, I'll have to be ordering a new O2 sensor and it'll be another repair video, I guess. But for now, let's clean this K&N filter. So let's go ahead and get working on this K&N filter. Now, when I uploaded my video talking about why K&N filters suck, the comments were very mixed, and that video got a fair amount of dislikes. Usually my videos get like no dislikes, but that one got a fair amount compared to what I'm used to. So I think a lot of you took that video very personally. I'm not sure why, but the comments were very mixed. Some people were like, yeah, I've had the exact same issue with K&N air filters. Other people were like, oh, I've had it in my car for 7 years and I've had no issues. So I don't know, seems like a mixed bag of results maybe, but I want to try cleaning this, especially since I just happened to stumble upon this recharge kit. So we're gonna go ahead and start off by removing the filter. There are, I think they're T20s. Don't quote me on that. I'm gonna find out here in a second, but there's 5 of those right here. We're gonna have to take off this hose right here as well so we can pop off this air box, we can pull the filter out, and we can clean it. This is my first time using this set of screwdrivers I bought, so kind of exciting. I don't know. I find that exciting personally, but. So at first glance, you might look at the filter and be like, oh, that's not really that dirty. And then you flip it over. You can see there's a big black spot right there and a big black spot right there. We're gonna start with this air filter cleaner. I'm just gonna spray it on here. I'm gonna go over this pretty thoroughly and then ignore the barking dogs. I'm going to let it sit and kind of soak in for about 10 minutes. I'm gonna really hit these dirty spots. And then we'll go ahead and rinse it off. I actually don't have a hose yet for my yard, I just realized, because I don't really have any plants to water, which is nice, I guess. But I'm just gonna be using it straight out of there. But we just want to lightly run water over it. We're going to run water with the clean side facing up because we don't want all the stuff on the back side here getting soaked into the fibers of the filter. So we want to wash it or rinse it off this way. And now that I've just created a mini flood in my backyard, I'm going to put this out in the sun because we need it to dry before we can spray just a little bit of oil on it.
2 hours later.
The filter's all dry now and it's pretty clean. You can see the light keeps trying to go through it, but a lot of the black marks that were on there actually came off. I probably could have cleaned it a little bit better, used more spray and gotten it all off, but I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. So for this oil, I'm going to spray it on the back side of the filter, not the top side. And I want to be careful with how much I put on here because if I put too much on, I'm just going to keep getting P0101. I'm going to take it, that's probably enough. I do need to get a paper towel to wipe off all the rubber here, and we can go throw it in the car. I don't know why, but these screws for the airbox are always such a pain to get on. People always ask me what this tube is coming off my airbox. That is secondary air injection. It only came on 03s, and I think they might have brought it back for 2011, but I'm not 100% sure. Either way, it's terrible. Be glad you don't have it on your car. I actually had this system tuned out a while ago because it was giving me issues. It's known for being problematic. There you have it, guys. That is a nice little maintenance day on my 2003 Saab 9.3. I'm gonna run up to Harbor Freight and a couple other places because I need to get like some more stuff for the garage. I have a huge list. I'm just kind of knocking them off a little bit at a time for the sake of my bank account. But yeah, you guys will see everything I've already bought in a video hopefully soon. But we'll see. Time will tell, my availability will tell, but I really do want to make a fun video putting the garage together so you guys can see. But anyways, that's all I've got for today. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and I'll see y'all next time.